What is going on, guys? This is Pixel Smile and I'm back with another Call of Duty Black Ops 3 gameplay commentary. But yeah, for today's topic video I want to talk about, is the XR-2 still a good assault rifle in Call of Duty Black Ops 3? Because the many matches I played, I'm not really seeing many XR-2s compared to M8s. I'm mostly seeing like 90% of M8s being used instead of XR-2. So that made me wonder, is the XR-2 still a viable assault rifle to use in Call of Duty Black Ops 3? But yeah, talk a little bit of the gameplay first before. We're playing some Domination, running the XR-2 of course. Wraith Hater Wraps as my score streak setup, and using kinetic armor as my specialist. So yeah. But yeah, back to the topic. XR-2, it is definitely a different assault rifle from the M8. The two burst assault rifles in this game so far are the M8A7 and the XR-2. Of course, not including supply drops or any shenanigans like that. In both handle in their very different way. I guess I can see why people prefer the M8 over the XR-2, because the M8 actually performs better than the XR-2 at a longer range compared to the XR-2. But I don't think the XR-2 is bad. Actually, it's been doing work pretty well recently. The more I play with it. What really makes the XR-2 shine? Well, there's actually two factors. One factor is that it's the fastest reloading assault rifle in the game, I believe. KN-44 is close, but XR-2 just wins it by a snitch and whatnot. And second of all, it is I believe it is also the fastest time to kill assault rifle in this game, at least for up close and whatnot. And of course, an exception to the high caliber Shiva one-shot headshot thing in close range. So yeah, basically the XR-2, what makes the XR-2 dominant over the M8 is that it's extremely good at close, as you can see right there. I do get triple feet right there, but it does get outclassed by the M8 at a longer range and whatnot. So yeah, that's what makes the XR-2 shine. Is its I cannot talk sometimes. Is its up close time to kill. And honestly, the XR-2 is sort of like I guess it's a assault rifle version. Well, it's an assault rifle, but like a bigger version of the Pharaoh. The Pharaoh being the 4-burst SMG, which I actually find it to be really inconsistent, and I honestly think it needs a teeny bit of a buff, but that's just in my opinion. But XR-2 is basically like the bigger version of the Pharaoh. Of course, the Pharaoh does have its SMG traits and whatnot. The XR-2 is just a assault rifle version of the Pharaoh. That's what it feels like, because the XR-2 after all is really good at close range, but it does sort of suffer on long range. So yeah. Let's see. In terms of burst weapons, like I would still think that the M8 might be a little better than XR-2, mainly because burst weapons, you do find yourself finding. Oop, that's my phone. You do find yourself finding more encounters long range rather than close range with burst weapons. But that doesn't mean that XR-2 is bad. Actually, I think the XR-2 is really good for rushing because of its really fast time to kill, in which I sorta, but not really, I sorta use XR-2 almost as if like using an SMG and whatnot. So yeah, because of its high time to kill and its really fast reload time, it's what really makes XR-2 shine over the other assault rifles, is that It's like one of the best assault rifles for close range. You do gotta be careful though that it is a burst type weapon, so it tends to be less consistent, I guess, than automatic assault rifles. But for like one-on-one engagements with like other assault rifles in like really close range, the XR-2 like really shines if you get your shots on and whatnot. So yeah. Of course, this gun does take a bit of aim. After all the burst weapons take quite a bit of aim. If you missed your first burst, you do have a bit of a time delay between your shots, so you really gotta make sure that your first shot hits on the XR-2 to reduce, to increase your time to kill and whatnot. Because if you miss your first burst, then you're already at a pretty big disadvantage. So, if you're like not really good at aiming, I guess, or like don't really get your first shot on, rather you only get like your second or third shots on, I'll stick with the automatic assault rifles. But I mean, if you're like generally confident with your aim, in that your aim is pretty darn good already, or like generally good, then give the XR-2 a shot. It's a really good gun. I mean, some of my friends prefer the XR-2 over the M8 because this feels a lot better to use. And I mean, at least that's in their opinion. People have different opinions on which burst weapons to use. Because I actually find the XR-2 to be a little bit more consistent than the M8A7. Because the M8A7 you can get like, I mean, there'll be a few times in which you can get like one burst in like medium to long range, but it'll be like most of the times to me, I mean, it just feels like 2 or 3 bursts every time I get a medium to long range gunfight. So XR-2, I do believe it is a little bit more consistent than M8, but you definitely want to avoid long range encounters with other M8 users. So yeah. In terms of attachments for this gun, I've definitely run an optic for it. All the burst weapons, I recommend an optic. Well, the Pharaoh, even the iron sights on the XR-2 are still decent, but with burst weapons, you generally do want to run optics on it, just get more accuracy and whatnot. The Pharaoh, I still stick with the iron sights because it is an SMG, so I'm not going to really find that many long range encounters. And I also recommend rapid fire to make the XR-2 kill even faster. And I'll also recommend quickdraw because you're going to be aiming down sights a lot with XR-2, so quickdraw is really essential to have on XR-2 because XR-2 is really good for close range, and that speed, quickdraw with XR-2 is going to be really beneficial in the long run. Well, that's the end of this video, guys. Final score went 40-4, and overall XR-2 is still a really good weapon. I think some people just underestimate the XR-2 a bit too much, but because the M8's been like really popular over the XR-2, but XR-2 is still a great weapon to use. It's better than M8 in close range, but the M8 dominates the XR-2 in like longer ranges. But yeah, that's the end of this video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out.